Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Today, I want to talk about how to budget with me, meaning we're going to do it together, budget with me together. Because this is one of the biggest things I talk about in many of my videos, creating a budget, but I don't outline any of the steps really. I just, I basically just, summarize it. But today we'll get into the topic, how to budget with me. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna make a plan. You're gonna create a monthly plan outlining your monthly income and expenses. So we need to know what's going in your account and going out your account. Doing this helps you track your spending. You can identify areas where you're actually spending too much, or and you can identify like if you're buying stuff that you want but don't need. So it's very important to track your monthly income and expenses, because you just don't know, like if you're buying coffee and donuts and all types of food products, it does add up, and you want to make sure what's coming in is greater than what's going out. You do have to set the financial goals. You have to have long-term and short-term goals. Prioritize your expenses. Determine which expenses are essential and which can be reduced or eliminated. You definitely, the expenses is a big thing. And talking about expenses, especially, if you cut back when you're dining out, because just imagine you go out, sometimes you really overspend because you're with your friends and family, and this is where you're spending a lot of money when you can actually stay at home and do a home cooked meal, and maybe watch a movie. Redbox movies are maybe $2 a piece, so you can have a movie night at home. And if it's nice outside, maybe you could plug your TV on the porch and enjoy a nice time out with your fam. When you are dining out, you do spend excessive money because, for me, like I just get water, but a lot of people get soda, or they get let's call it alcoholic drinks. And when they're ordering, they actually sometimes order the appetizer and then the dinner entree, and I just order the dinner entree. So I try to cut back if I do go out, because every little bit helps. You can also use coupons and deals. If you're a big shopper or have a big family, this is big because you're going to be buying these things all the time, especially for the kids. And there are always deals out there. And you got to track sales too. How many times do I look at the flyer before I go into the shop? Because there's so many deals. If you spend $25, sometimes you save $5. So it's all these little deals that you can do to help you budget, to help you get ahead in your life. So you just have to plan your meals wisely, and I always compare prices from different grocery stores. There might be a Wegmans, an Aldi, a Target, Weis, a Giant. I always compare the prices, and I try to buy the right thing with the right price. And another way to budget with me is you can carpool or use public transportation. Sometimes it's cheaper just to take a bus or take a train. But it just depends where you live, or you guys can like I said, carpool where everyone takes a turn on driving each other to work. If you have friends like that, I'm not saying you have to do this, but this might help save you on gas. And think about this: your car is getting used back and forth. So this might help with maintenance also if you're not using your car all the time. Another way to budget with me is to reduce your energy. You want to save on utility bills with like simple habits. Like I always turn off lights whenever I can. Some people just leave the lights on, or like leave the water running, and they walk somewhere, and it's all these little things add up. It's pennies dripping out your pocket, and they become bigger pennies and bigger pennies. So you want to try to avoid that, and you want to, any little bit helps. Maybe not having the TV on, falling asleep with the TV on, something like that does help with you the budget. If you have a car, shopping for insurance, you gotta compare the insurance prices to get the best price possible. That's what I do. I always call because there's someone trying to outbid another company. So you go one insurance agent, and then you show them your quote and show them what you're paying for your policy. They'll actually see if they can get you a better quote. So you can keep on doing this and try to find the best money and the best protection, for your money. It's called, you can also use cash cards instead of credit cards to help you control your spending. Or you can get like a debit credit card, which is like a card that you put money onto with your own cash. And, you just have to balance it by the end of the month. So if it's a $500 spending limit, you have to make sure it's like $500 at the end of the month, but it's with your own cash. When you're using credit cards, they're dangerous for some people because some people are not conservative and don't know how to spend their money. And then once they have money that's not their own, they're quicker to spend it. But if it's their own money, sometimes it's harder to spend because you have to put that money back in. Also, if you want to budget, you gotta really try to get rid of all the unnecessary expenses. So you gotta cut back on stuff that you are used to getting. Like I said, coffee, donut. You can make the coffee at home. You can buy your own what's called pastries from the supermarket. Probably they might be a similar price, but you can search for deals, or maybe make your own dessert. So this way, when you leave the house, you'll have your coffee and some dessert. But it's best to try to do it yourself because you can maximize money savings. You can also use like free entertainment options, which could mean like like I use like some apps from Netflix, Pluto, etc. Those are like free TV apps, so you get to they have commercials. Some of them you do have to pay like a $10 fee, but it's probably cheaper than going for your cable company or a satellite company and paying over a couple $100 a month. So those are like simpler solutions. So I think Pluto TV is the one I use. There's another one I just can't remember off the top of my head, which is another free one. But Netflix is just like maybe $10 to $15 a month, and they have all sorts of movies. But like I said, it's better than paying for cable, which can cost a lot over time. Imagine $200, $300 a month coming out of your pocket, which can just keep in your pocket. And you also gotta avoid making impulse purchases. It's like if you're going to the store, don't try not to go when you're hungry, because that's when you actually spend more. When you're hungry, you start buying stuff you don't need, and then when you bring it home, like you actually overspent. So I would say have a good meal before you go to the store, or you can actually do what's called online shopping, where you order everything for the app, and then you come in and pick up. I do this with Sam's Club, and I've done it with Aldi. So it's but the only thing is sometimes they don't pick the best quality items. Like say if when I go in, I check the cucumbers, I'll check the avocado, I'll check the mango. Like I'll check the stuff to actually make sure it's actually good. So sometimes you're having an employee do the thing that you could do, and they're not gonna look out for your best interest all the time. To definitely budget, you have to plan for the unexpected. There will be car repairs, there will be house repairs, there will be medical bills. There's no way to avoid it. It's gonna happen. Just don't know when. I can never tell you when an emergency is gonna happen. But how many times, maybe 3 or 4 times in my life, my car just stopped in the middle of nowhere. So, had to call a tow truck, etc. So you cannot, no matter, how much maintenance you get done in your car, you have the best mechanics. You run over a little pothole or, anything. The car can have a problem. Something can happen with the house. A tree can fall in the house. Any little thing can happen, and you just don't know when it's going to happen, or you get sick. So just to definitely budget, you got to prepare and have an emergency fund just for any issues that might arise. For one thing, I would say you have to avoid accumulating debt. You try to pay off these credit card balances as soon as you can, and only borrow money when necessary. Because if you're trying to budget, why are you paying all this extra interest if you don't have to? Paying all this extra interest to the bank or the credit card company, and it's making it tough for you to keep a great budget. So I'd say try to avoid as much debt as possible. And the best way to do that can be to look to increase your income. Try to make more money. You definitely can do a side hustle or find something to do to help you make more money, which will help you manage more of your debt. There are also mobile apps for spending, and you can use them to track all your spending, and this way it can show you actually some areas you can improve in. Because writing it down might be a little tough, so just put it on the phone, and this way it's easier for you to track and see where what you can fix, and what you spent too much on, and what you can actually cut back or switch, or maybe it's a different brand of coffee, etc. As I said before, like you can negotiate your bill payments. Like, 'cause I was talking about insurance before, but you can also negotiate if you have like electric bills. You can see different suppliers. But it depends. It's hard because certain areas where you live, you have to go with certain companies. But it's worth you to try if you can, to find where you can get like the best, for the least. It's not going to be easy, but when you're trying to stay on budget, you're trying to do everything to keep as much money in your pocket. Last thing I want to say, just stay committed. And you're going to have to make adjustments. It's like sports. If you're losing a game and you're doing the same thing you're doing over and over, you're going to lose. If you ever see most teams have a halftime, what do? Soccer, football, basketball, hockey, intermission, they actually come up with a game plan. So they have to make adjustments. Same thing with your life. You'll have to make adjustments and see what works and what doesn't. But if you do this, you'll definitely succeed, and you'll be on the path to creating a great budget. And thank you guys again for coming to the channel. Thank you for budgeting with me, and let's save more money this year than we ever have. And 2024, let's make more money than we ever have had. All right, thank you again, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.